Okay, I opened it up and discharged my taser, and I'm going to put on the light right there. Essentially, what I did is I soldered between these two right here. I soldered two wires, and by the way, you don't want to get the wire over that, or I'll still be able to see the wire, and I wired them right to there. I also put in a little bit of extra wire under tape, just so that, and you will want to do this because what happens is that you see all these holes. Each of one of them is infused with a little bit of wire because this thing is 330 volts and it's powerful enough to weld. So what happens is each time you use it, a little bit of that wire gets stuck on that metal. And the wires used to be about that far out. Then they eventually recessed into there. So anyway, I'm going to teach you how to make one of these. The first thing you're going to want to do is take out apart the camera like this. Now, I'm going to be using this one for my demonstration. Now, unfortunately, I kind of pulled apart all my cameras, and I have plenty of the circuit boards. The circuit board's all you need, but essentially what happened is I normally throw away these bases because I normally use them for rail guns and stuff like that. Now, this one's 6 times more powerful than the camera because it has 6 capacitors. It also takes about a minute to charge up, which is a lot longer than like the 5 seconds this one takes. Anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to turn on my soldering iron. Like that, and that's going to take, about 3 minutes. Now, let's examine the circuit more closely. This one's a pain to use. I don't like using the smaller one. Normally, I only use them for capacitors. So we're going to use this one right here. Why? Because it's pretty much already ready to use. Anyway, there's a capacitor. It's hooked up to an inductor that starts when it starts charging, and the LED goes off when it's finished charging. We're going to turn it around, and we're going to see all these soldering marks. We're going to be soldering in between these two. It's probably discharged, but I don't want to touch them because often they can shock. This is the capacitor. This is the thing that's 330 volts. The battery is only 1 volt, but if you take physics, you'll know what I mean. Hopefully our soldering iron's getting a lot hotter now. Anyway, this is the flash circuit. This is what makes the flash in the camera, and this is what the 330 volts are hooked up to. If you want to make it more powerful, you can always add another capacitor. Let me show you a free capacitor laying around. I unsoldered a whole bunch. Now, let's say if you want to make this more powerful, it's a pain, but it can be done. You see that strip? That indicates negative. So this one. You want both of the negatives to be aligned so that they're linked in parallel, not in series. If it's in series, it'll bring down the capacitance. It will increase the voltage, but voltage is not what gives you the power. It's the capacitance. And to give you a strong capacitance, you want it to be in parallel, not in series. All right? Everyone's like, oh, voltage is what's going to get you. Nope. Wrong. It's the capacitance. You're going to want to solder them up like that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to solder 2 wires and hook it up into the camera. I'm going to use this one. Unwrap this. There's a little piece of wire in there. I'm going to blow it out as if it was dust, because that's the kind of person I am. Now, it should go in like this. Let me just kind of, wiggle it in there. Oh, that's a pain. It really is a pain. I mean, just for starters, you don't want to mess around with these circuits too much, and if you want to leave it in, don't take it out. Yep. You know what? I realized something. This is the... Put it in the wrong way. Sorry, guys. What I do need is I need a base just like that. I'm going to pause the video here and resume it when I put it in.